Hi everybody, it's vlog time. It's a very exciting day actually in Royce's flat because I went out shopping today, just a little bit of shopping. I went to buy a picture frame for a lovely gift I was given by some friends of mine from holding Amy's hand. He gave me a lovely picture, which when I've got it in the frame I'll show you. But anyway, I went to IKEA in half term with Rox, who really did not want to go on every level. She moaned about how far away apart from the entrance. Honestly, it's like dragging. I mean, she's only 12, but it's like dragging a teenager around. Anyway, but we had a bit of a laugh. So, Dad bought this. I don't know if you can see my. Look at that. I've got some greenery in the flat, and that's my lovely picture there that I got from my friends at Britain's Got Talent. My last night the other night from the whole team, which is a lovely, lovely picture. And it's funny, because Meals, who's the exec producer, wrote in the card, I'm not sure a picture is enough for 9 years. And it's funny when people write in cards because you want to reply, but I suppose the great thing about a vlog is I can. And my reply is it's not about the picture, because every time I look at the picture, I've got 9 years of memories. So the picture's perfect, Meals. And thank you to every single person who signed the card. And yeah, it's lovely. So yeah, I've got a plant, and I've also bought a wash basket to put my dirty washing in, which I thought was very commendable. And Kelly Hopper's going to be very proud of me. I bought 2 throws for my white chair, which my white chair's over there, but it's a bit mucky, so I thought, because we've had it many, many years, so I thought I'd buy some throws for my chair. I'm over this like a rash. So there, trip to IKEA today and a day with Rox, which was lovely. And I've got all day tomorrow. I'm doing a comedy thing tomorrow night in Leicester. I've actually no idea what it is. And Milana contacted me on Twitter and said, "Do I want to do?" I think it's a Dave Comedy Festival in Leicester, and I said, "Yeah." And then this guy contacted me, and I don't even. It's at the Criterion Theatre tomorrow night in Leicester at 6:30, and that's all I know. And if you want to know if I've written a script or done anything, I haven't done anything. I'm just going to turn up and do it, see what happens. So I'm looking forward to that. But Roxy's coming with me because Martha's out tomorrow, so we're gonna have a Dad and Roxy road trip, which I'm looking forward to. Just watched the Comic Relief Great British Bake Off with Paul Holmwood. He's a really nice guy, He came to Loose Women. It's funny when you work on these shows, right? Especially like Loose Women, because you see different people all the time. He's like a top guy, really nice fella. And interestingly, I don't want to blag on about it because I don't want to be an embarrassing dad, but Zoella, who my daughter is absolutely in love with, and Alfie, it's like to the point of obsession. But I'm very happy with it because she's inspiring, as is Alfie. Real great role models. But the first time I came across Zoe, or Zoella, as she is known on Twitter and her vlog things, was she came to Loose Women. I had no idea who she was, not a clue. But she was ever so lovely. And then Roxy went to a One Direction concert and sat in front of her. And I didn't know who she was. I think Roxy's mortified now. But, she's a great role model. She's fantastic. Anyway, great show, by the way, for Comic Relief. Really, really good. Looking forward to watching that. I think it's March 13th, is it? I'm not sure. But that'll be good. I did Sky News this morning, which was a 4 o'clock alarm call. They're never good. I read the appalling story of the Chelsea fans racially abusing a guy in France, which just made me so angry. It's 2015, for Christ's sake. Just the attack on other people for their race, religion, colour, creed is the lowest of the low. Every human should be treated with respect regardless. And what annoyed me more than anything, actually, is some absolute dicks, and that's the best way to describe them, have tarred Chelsea Football Club's name, and that's wrong. Didier Drogba is one of Chelsea's icons, and just horrible, really horrible. So, what? I don't like the fact that we name it as Chelsea fans. I think we should name it as racist scum, rather than a fan of a football club. And great to see Chelsea come straight out and say that we will go to any length to ban these people. That's just brilliant. So it's not Chelsea Football Club, it's a racist twat. So Sky News. The thing is with Sky News, when you do the papers, so we get in early, Me and Natasha arrived at the same time today. Actually, I'm normally first, but we arrived at the same time, and we you go through the papers and you pick your stories, but you don't. Sometimes you don't get to them because the problem is with Eamon and Isabel when we're there, we get chatting, so we don't often get the stories. But I wanted to do a story on Victoria Beckham today about. They were saying that not many in the Sun. I think they were saying that not many people have been in her shop, but I really like Victoria Beckham. I mean, I don't know them or anything. Only I just every time I see her, I think she just. I mean, she was the first pouter, right? If- She's the first pouter. I just think she's a giggle. I think she just the reason. Do you know what the reason I like her? When David Beckham did he went and did that thing out in the jungle on motorbikes or something. The show I watched on telly. She took the piss out of him before he went, and I just thought I like you. You're a fun, and I kind of really respect her as well, because she could have come out the Spice Girls, lived off the back of being married to David Beckham, had a lovely life, walked around, gone shopping, gone to a few parties, but she didn't. She got into her fashion, brought up some amazing kids, empowered herself, and I respect that. I really respect that. And with all this Fashion Week stuff coming up, I hope she does really well. She'd not get voted Best British Designer or something. I mean, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't go and buy anything from Victoria Beckham for myself. That would be weird. But yeah, all power to her. I love it when Fashion Week comes up because, as you know, I am a supporter of Glamour magazine. I make no lie about it. I like Joe Elvin a lot, and I love the magazine. In fact, in the makeup room, I was educating the makeup girls on Glamour magazine, which seems a little odd, but it's a brilliant magazine. If you're a bloke, you should go and read it. Really, you should. You get in touch with your male side, female side rather. Get quite a few tips, especially in this month. Trust me, boys. Um, yeah. So, what my point is, with all the Fashion Week stuff coming up, and with me following Joe, I get all the fashion stuff come through. So I wanted to mention that this morning, and I didn't get an opportunity. And Natasha brought up stuff about selfies, and it made me chuckle because if you look on Twitter, people, Christ, the computer went a bit odd then. If you look on Twitter, people's profile pictures, they're the best picture they've ever taken of themselves, like ever. So when you get to meet them in real life, you're like, you don't look like that picture. Which always makes me chuckle with selfies and people who put profile pics up. I suppose it's like a dating site, right? If you go on a dating site, then the person you're going to meet, you've seen the best picture of them that's ever been taken. So go down 2 grades if you're ever going to meet someone through a dating site because they'll never look that good again because it's the one picture that they adore of themselves. Just a thing. Thought I'd share that with you. I didn't do the gym after this. I mean, I did a vlog about it. I met some friends of mine from the police force and we went out and had a few beers and stuff, which was great. So I didn't get to do the gym. So I did 2 yesterday. Oh my God. So I did 2 17.5 Ks on the bike and 2 5 Ks on the walking treadmill, and it nearly killed me. Oh my goodness gracious. That was hard work. So tonight was quite hard work. The feet are a bit sore, to be honest with you. I've got to try and work out what I'm going to do tomorrow because I've got Roxy all day. Might just plant her in the gym with me on her iPad, which she spent a lot of time on today. So Lent started today, and I thought I'd give up bread. And then 20 minutes later, me and Rox are ordering pizza. So I'm very happy to announce my Lent lasted about 45 minutes on bread. And then someone tweeted me that I'm not taking this seriously because as a Christian, you should give up the thing you like the most. You know what? I pray to God. I don't put myself in any religious bracket, but I do pray to God. And I just replied, you know what? I think God's got a pretty good sense of humour because He created me. And anyone who created me has got to have a pretty good sense of humour. So I'm all right with that. I love my plant, by the way. So if you are giving up something for Lent, good luck. People said I should give up Twitter. I was like, well, it ain't going to happen. I can't go 3 hours without Twitter, let alone how many days Lent is. 40 days. I couldn't do that. And someone said I should give up wine. I'm like, are you mad? I like my glass of wine. I probably drink a bit too much, if you want to know the truth, but yeah. It doesn't control me today, and that's the most important thing. I like a glass of wine. It doesn't make me a bad person. yeah, so I'm all right. It's been a good day. It's been a really good day. Got to sit with my kid. She don't talk much. I don't think 12-year-olds do, right? I think I annoy her. I'm just being a dad, right? But I love her to bits. She's so funny. I was thinking today, there was Hattie tweeted me a thing from survivors of sexual abuse, and it was about a lady who's started this thing called writing a love letter to yourself. And I was thinking about that not all day, but some of the day I've been thinking about that. And it's interesting. Just very importantly, I was going to put my book out online starting March 1st for donations to the NSPCC and Stop Child Abuse. But I've decided not to do that, and I've not decided not to do it for two reasons. The first is I can't really raise any money like that because people could just watch it and not give anything. So I don't think that would do the NSPCC or Stop Child Abuse much good, or any charity that helps young victims of child abuse. It doesn't help because there's no money. I don't know how the money would come in. And secondly, you know what, I like writing, and I want to get the book finished. It's kind of done, but it's not really. I don't really know. My book was like my therapy. I wrote from here, so I just wrote, and I haven't really read it back. I need some time, quiet time, somewhere away from home where I can turn the phone off and just focus on that. It's going to happen in March. That's my goal for March. But it got me thinking, it's like, what would I write in my love letter to me? And I haven't written one. But do you know what I'd write? I think I'd write... See, I didn't love myself very much. I spent my whole life not loving myself because I didn't know how to. Because when you're abused as a kid, you don't understand the word love. You understand the word fear. And I believe in life there's only two emotions, that of love and that of fear. So I was brought up in a very fearful place. I was told I was a nothing and a nobody, that I would never amount to anything, so I never believed in myself. I hated myself. Because when you go through that as a child, you learn to hate yourself because you know it's wrong. But you do it because you live in fear. You do the things that those abusers make you do because you're in so much fear. So thus you live a life full of fear and never feeling good enough. And if you couple that with getting punched at most school discos and bullied at school and being called baldy constantly your whole life, you feel never good enough. You feel worthless. You have no worth. You have no self-esteem. So you make stuff up in your mind to give you that self-esteem. You crave the attention of people and will go to any length to make them want to like you. And it's really damaging. But what's great today is I don't live like that because I don't care what anyone thinks of me or their opinion of me. I'm not bothered. I've got some self-esteem in my life today. Kind of proud of myself, right? I'm proud I'm not dead. And I know I'm not a nothing. I'm not a nobody. And it doesn't matter if I get noticed or don't get noticed because I'm happy with me. And I'm happy with how I live today. And that's from where that child is to where it is now, it's quite powerful for me. And anyone can have that. I mean, someone said the other day about abuse, people get really all nervous and uncomfortable when people talk about being abused as a child. Trust me, that's 1/10 of how uncomfortable it is when you're being abused. So don't feel uncomfortable about it if someone's talking about it, because your uncomfortableness is 1,000th of what it's like to be in that position as a kid. It really is. If anyone ever comes out and stands up and says, I was abused, the two things that follow out of your mouth straight after that is A, I believe you, and B, I'm going to help you. You know, I remember watching on Sky News the other day, about 2, 3, 4 months ago. I was in the green room and there was someone on, the guest had come in to talk separately. They were saying people should come on their Twitter feeds and start talking about their abuse and stuff and start sharing it. I remember sitting in the green room getting quite angry, thinking, no, you shouldn't, because I did that and it's a really uncomfortable place to be. Because when you have been abused, whatever abuse is, whether it's bullying, sexual, um, manipulation of mind, mental abuse, whatever that abuse is, if you suddenly come out on social media start talking about it, it leaves you in a very vulnerable place, and especially Twitter, because Twitter can be a very nasty place. So yeah, I got frustrated about that, but you know what? There is help out there. There is, and trust me now, if I can get through it and come out the other end, then so can anybody. But don't necessarily put it out on a social media website or through Facebook or Twitter. Talk to the people you trust and hold your hand out for help, because there's always help there. There is always help. There are people to listen. So I'm in a really good place today. You know, I'm not lying on a bed weeping and crying or wanting to die inside or wanting to take my own life or wanting to manipulate another to like me or hating myself. I don't hate myself today. Went out and bought a green plant. That makes me really happy. I've got some lovely friends in my life today. We don't talk all the time, but you know why Britain's Got Talent and X Factor are so important to me is because they, without any of them knowing it, actually, they were my family when I was dying inside. They were the people that I went to work for, who I could laugh with and joke with and have them take the mick out of me a little bit and me out of them, and they were the ones. That was the family. So X Factor and Britain's Got Talent, and Piers Morgan's life story as well, actually, and Loose Women as well, are way more than a television show to me. Way more. It was my lifeline. Um, and when I sat in places of much darkness, that was my light, my utter light. So stepping out of it now is, that break for me has been a massive decision. I deal in loyalty, and I had a lovely conversation with Simon the other day, and he endorsed me for going, and that meant so much to me because I suppose he's like my father figure, really, in a funny kind of way. Yeah, he believed in me when I thought no one else did, and that meant the world to somebody who couldn't believe in himself. So today's an amazing day. You know, if you're suffering today or in a bit of pain or life's bad, know this, there's always someone worse off. Bring it all down a little bit. Look at yourself in the mirror and know you're very special. And every single person is put on this earth to be absolutely spectacular. You can have anything you want or do anything you want. Just don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt anyone along the way. You're not a nothing. You're not a nobody. You're a somebody. And you're possible. And I promise I'm not going to go and hug my tree. You have a really special night tonight. I'm going to log off this now because I've rabbled on way too long. I've got a day with my girl tomorrow. I've put some washing in the machine. I've had a nice dinner. I've got a roof over my head, a plant in the corner, a wash basket, some new cutlery, some throws from my couch. I'm warm, I'm fed, and I'm very happy. Here, by the grace of God, go I. Thank you.